Hi, welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. You know who it is. They're like, no, Joaquin, you haven't made a video in months. I don't know who you are, but I'm still subscribed. And I say thank you. I need a theme song. Hey, what's up, people? Welcome back to Comic Book Gallery. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to make a quick video saying, one, I'm still here. Two, I'm in Seattle. So the topic of this video really is what I'm up to and the coronavirus that has canceled um, Seattle Comic Con, which made me very sad because I wanted to go there on a Sunday and say what's up to Bueller and maybe Comic Tom and maybe some other people. I would be able to go there on a Sunday. But for some of us who live in the area, who are locals, it's a good thing because we're able to go again in the summer. But for the majority of you, how is this affecting you? I mean, I felt bad. I was talking to some friends about, number one, if you're a vendor and you're selling things, this has got to be devastating for you. This is like your money maker for this time of the month, and you make a certain amount, and it doesn't matter if you get your tickets refunded or they carry it over. It's the fact that you have to cancel your the airline tickets, which nowadays, most of the time, some, depending on what you have, they'll refund you that too. But it was you expecting to make some money, to be here, and that's all gone. So now that they're moving it in the summer, how is that going to affect everybody? Will you be able to come to the Comic Con? Because there might be other cons that you go to during the summer, and even if they move it to an area a certain time where most people are trying to in between vacations and other Comic Cons, are you still going to be able to make it? So, leave a comment below. How is this affecting you? If you were coming down to Seattle Comic Con, or just say, hey, Joaquin, how you been? So I started another channel. It's called West Coast Geeks. So one of the biggest things I heard about my channel with Comic Book Gallery is that it was comic books and other things. And I was trying to keep everything under one umbrella, and that just wasn't going to work. So, I'm in Seattle, might as well have another umbrella. So, start another channel, gonna leave a link, West Coast Geeks. Still working on this other channel for kids where I have it up, but I have no videos. But I've been working on the content because I'm trying to build a comprehensive content to teach little kids how to draw from basic shapes all the way to figure drawings. And we're talking from first through sixth grade. So that's what I've been up to. So in my other channel, West Coast Geeks, we'll be talking about pops this week. That's where I moved all the Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering videos. I just recently had my own little box opening here, and I pulled out one book from it, so I can at least talk about some comic books on the comic book channel. Thought that makes sense. So later on this week, I will be opening or showing you what I bought here, and as you can see, this is West Coast Avengers annual number 14. No, 15. I'll move these out of the way. So if you want to, see what I've been collecting that are not comic book related pops and learn about Dungeons and Dragons and other pop cultures, come on by. Like I said, West Coast Geeks, and leave a link in the description again. So, West Coast Avengers annual number 15. This was actually, I remember reading this. In fact, the books that I bought from here was because of a person that I met while I was playing Magic the Gathering. I told him about my channel, and he was asking me to recommend good stories. Like, his father introduced him into DC, and he does Batman. He's reading Batman. He's enjoying it. So, you want to recommend, you're like, well, there's The Long Halloween, and you can just start, Infinite Gauntlet. You can go down Killing Smile. There's Secret Wars. Secret Wars 2 was okay. There's just, and I'm talking about Secret Wars with the Beyonder that came after the first one. There's just so many stories that everybody just throws because these are the ones that are really good. But in between all of that, there are stories like this. So the premise is that the West Coast Avengers, and I'm going to read this first part. It's like, I hate the East Coast Avengers. They're a menace to our country and to the world. And I, Hawkeye, leader of the West Coast Avengers, the only true Avenger, I will not rest until these vermins are destroyed. See? So, next panel, you have Mockingbird. She's like, oh, come on, honey. Don't be so upset. Just because he struck out during this, it's just a fun game. Besides, Cap's got a mean curveball. And he's like, he sure does, Mockingbird. And so he kicks the bat. So, you have at this time the Avengers and the West Coast Avengers who are just playing a game of ball just to relax, right? And at one point, because I'm only going to go through a little bit of it, the Blob appears and he catches Cap's fastball. And so it's the Brotherhood of Mutants. I don't even think they refer to them as evil mutants at that point. Brotherhood of Mutants. And now they're working under the, let's see, I don't even know if it's the FBI, but they're a federal bureau that they're working under, or some Mutant Registration Act. And so you have the Blob, who I just showed you, Pyro, Avalanche, Spiral, Destiny, Spider-Woman, at the time she was joining, and Mystique. So, of course, they get into a confrontation, and they let them know that they've been served, right? And so they've been served, and of course, you know what's going to happen. A fight's going to break out. Avalanche starts moving stuff, but you're talking like there's really a very slim chance that Mystique and them are going to win this. I mean, you got Hercules, Iron Man, Wasp, Wonder Man, Tigra, Namor, Black Knight, but at the time, I don't believe Namor was in here. Wasp, Captain Marvel, it was just brutal. So all these abilities, plus the West Coast Avengers, you know, you don't think that the outcome is going to be, sorry, you don't think the outcome is going to be that good for the Brotherhood of Mutants, and so at the end of the fight, Cap comes up and he makes a phone call and he finds out that they are being brought up on charges. And that's where I'm going to leave it off. A lot of times in some of my videos, I'll either tell you the whole story, but this is such a good book, you know, like, this is a book I'd recommend. So, as a reader, good reader, is, you know, will it ever go up in value? Most likely not, you know. Like any other book of its time, maybe $1 here, or 50 cents a year, 75 cents. It's just going to be very slow, if it even goes up at all per year. That type of thing. And then for this video right here are the other books that I bought with this. So that's all, people. Hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday, and look out for this next video. In a few days I'll have that up and running, and West Coast Geeks, you know, check that out if you, for other things that I'm not putting on Comic Book Gallery. So when people just talk about Comic Book Gallery, it's like, okay, it's about comic books, and I will be including Sketchbook Sunday still, but it'll be more of a comic book related. And if I have Pop Culture Friday, it will be pops or statues that are comic book related. Everything else that's geek culture, West Coast Geeks, baby. All right, we're out. Peace. I hope this looked good. Take care, people.